I'm going to tell you an incredible story of survival, complete with enough near misses to gray your hair. Over 200 years ago, conquistadors from the Iberian Peninsula in Spain brought their horses by ship to America. One herd ended up on the 60,000-acre Santa Cruz Island. There they were used to herd cattle and sheep, and as ladies' mounts, carriage horses, and plow horses. They were even used by flying a movie studio as stunt horses during the filming of numerous westerns on the island. In the 1980s, ranching ceased and the horses were left to fend for themselves. Amazingly, they continued to breed and survive unassisted on the bleak and meager resources available on the island. This continued until the 1980s, when the National Park Service, which had acquired this last privately owned island, ordered these alien horses eliminated. A group called FOA, Foundation for Horses and Other Animals, formed in part to save the horse herd. A fierce war of words ensued, which, in the end, did not allow the horses to stay, but it did keep them alive. It was in 1999 that 15 mares and stallions were removed from the island. They were transported to a refuge in Northern California. A pregnant mare soon gave birth to a filly before the herd had time to gain immunity to numerous foreign organisms, so this firstborn filly soon became sickly. Her death seemed imminent, but this, after all, is a miraculous story of survival. This slide of the sign over her stall tells the story of a ray of hope they named Sunshine. It tells of a tiny, creamy white filly with blue eyes and the volunteers who physically stood her up every 2 hours to feed and medicate her, then cuddled next to her as she slept under the stars. She survived. That's the adult Sunshine in the background. The volunteers who nursed Sunshine back to health are a community rescue group headed by Christina Nooner, who had a dream of establishing a sanctuary for both horses and children. That little filly so inspired the group that they formed a nonprofit organization named, of course, the Sunshine Sanctuary for Kids and Horses. The Santa Cruz Island offspring had found a new home because, as Sunshine grew, another amazing fact was revealed. Santa Cruz Island horses are incredibly gentle, quiet, careful, and considerate. In other words, they are perfect for a child-centered sanctuary, and so Christina started gathering the other Santa Cruz Island offspring. The fan club quickly grew for these amazing equines. So did the questions. What were their bloodlines? Were they a separate breed of horse? And if not, to which breed did they belong? Prominent geneticist Dr. Gus Cothran was approached for answers. He required a hair with follicle from every Santa Cruz Island horse to answer the questions through DNA analysis. Again, the innate gentleness of these horses was shown. Christina and her helpers were able to carefully approach every one of the wild horses and pluck the required hair sample. The answers to the questions were astonishing. DNA analysis showed these horses are nothing less than a national treasure. Says Dr. Cothran, these colonial Spanish horses are representative of a type of horse that no longer exists in the land of their origin, Spain. They have survived in the New World primarily by chance. The few lineages that survive provide a link to the past and the history of the New World. He continues, "It is important to the survival of this land race of horses that as much of its past diversity as possible be preserved. And to do this, we must preserve the various remnants that still survive. They represent a part of our history that cannot be recovered if they are lost." How amazing is that? Their isolation on Santa Cruz Island preserved, for all of us, a page in history we thought was long gone. How amazing is this entire story? I promised you a saga of near misses and persistent survival, but the story doesn't end there. The mission of the Sunshine Sanctuary is to create an environment where kids and critically endangered colonial Spanish horses can feel safe learning from one another while sharing love and compassion. Their goal is to provide a respite from worry, concerns, and anxiety while helping children discover alternatives to undesirable feelings and behaviors. Sunshine Sanctuary is fulfilling its mission and reaching its goal. The following picture shows this more eloquently than words, but I'll keep talking anyway. Christina explains it this way. The horses need the kids for their love and care. They brush them, ride them, lay on their bare backs, and tell them how pretty they are. And the horse does the same thing back to the humans. They actually wrap their necks around the children. These horses don't judge. They don't know you stole something yesterday or that you are not in style. They just know that you have a pure heart and that you like them. That's what heals hurting hearts. I personally became involved with the Sunshine Sanctuary when my daughter, Sierra, shown here, read a news article about the horses. An avid horse lover and now a veterinarian, she developed a detailed record of new foals and their genetics to document herd dynamics of the original island group through many hours of observation. In late 2008, a long-held hope became a reality for the Santa Cruz Island horses. With the help of the American Livestock Breeds Conservancy and the Horse of America Registry, Christina was able to have the horses officially recognized as colonial Spanish and has been able to register the entire herd with the HOA. We want to spread the word and share the story of these incredible animals. And with a strong conservation plan now in place, the Sunshine Sanctuary is in search of new stewards in California and the surrounding states who are interested in acquiring small breeding groups and who will actively participate in the recovery and stabilization of the breed. We're excited to tell you more about the Santa Cruz Island horses. Here is our contact information. We can also be reached by phone at area code 530-529-0183 or cell phone at area code 530-566-2159.